What's your name?
Nevertheless has a big leg and should carry it close to the end zone. Super Bowl 19, the Miami Dolphins and the San Francisco 49ers, the best combined records of any two teams to ever meet in a Super Bowl. 29-3 in the regular season, 33-3 overall. And Joe Montana. They talk of the cool of Dan Marino. Well, this man has been there. He was the Super Bowl quarterback champion back in 1981, the season of 81, when they won 26-21 over Cincinnati. We are ready to get underway. The build-up is over. Derek Harmon. And Derek Harmon tried to stay in bounds at the 6-yard line. He does not do so. And the 49ers will send their offensive unit out deep in their own territory. Joe Montana will step into the huddle. Those are his numbers. Actually, his percentage of completion was slightly higher than that of Dan Marino. The other numbers, however, well, no one came close to Dan Marino this year. Wendell Tyler, he could be a major factor in this game. Set a 49er rushing record this past season, over 1,200 yards. The offensive line, they too, like the Miami Dolphins offensive line, have protected Joe Montana well this year on first down from the 6-yard line. Montana fires, and Freddie Solomon, perhaps taking his eyes off that ball. They'll be a little jumpy in the early going, does not handle it. Let's take a look down that left sideline. Now, we have an unusual camera for you. We don't know that it's ever been used before. It's right down this sideline. And here is Monroe. Derek Harmon, rather, trying to stay in bounds. He almost managed it, but the weight just carried him out. So the 49ers, deep in their own territory, they have a 2nd down and 10. Freddie Solomon, wide receiver, along with Dwight Clark. Clark left, Solomon right. Wendell Tyler, and Tyler out over the 10-yard line, up close to the 13-yard line, and let's meet the defensive unit of the Miami Dolphins. Of course, they operate from the 3-4. They were weak against the run. They moved this defense around many ways during the course of the season. Finally, they settled on the 2 inside linebackers, Dave Brophy and Mark Brown. Brophy, as a matter of fact, replacing a Pro Bowl-bound A.J. Dewey because of his strength against the run. Tyler got 8. It'll be 3rd down and 2. The ball out over the 13-yard line. Roger Craig and Wendell Tyler and Montana. Play action. Gets it to Tyler, and Tyler will have the 1st down over the 20-yard line to the 24-yard line. While Blackwood was there defensively for Miami, and Joe, out of the backfield comes Wendell Tyler on a 3rd down and 2. Tell you something?
Well, yeah, you can see his numbers. What happens is Craig will take the fake in. Montana does a nice job drawing the linebackers in. Now Tyler blocks the linebacker, moves on out, does a nice job, Montana, laying it out over, and then Tyler in the open field has been a great receiver for the 49ers all year.
Wendell Tyler setting a 49er rushing record this season, single season record for the 49ers. At the 24-yard line, 1st and 10. Tyler once again on the inside, and this time Tyler is hammered. That was Roger Craig leading the way there. It was Bob Baumauer in on the stop.
Joe, when you get out there the first time, they made their first down, and now Montana's had his first completion. You feel a lot better.
Boy, you're finally settled in. Now you're involved in a football game. All the psychological stuff is over, and all the anticipation is gone. You can relax, sort of.
Big, deep breath.
Voice of Joe Theismann. He's been there. He's the quarterback in the past 2 Super Bowls for the Redskins. It's 2nd down and 6. Montana rolling out, looking for Dwight Clark. 1st down, out over the 35-yard line. Dwight Clark, 52 receptions on the season, coming back from knee surgery a year ago, and he is back to all-pro form. Another 1st down for the 49ers. We'll look at it again. Our sideline camera coming into play early in the game.
D.C. Clark, Dwight's the guy he goes to in his clutch downs, clutch situations, and he keeps his eye on that ball and steps out for a good 1st.
49ers starting from the 6-yard line. They're now at the 36-yard line. Out comes Wendell Tyler. In comes Earl Cooper, who will line up in a wingback spot. Former running back, good receiver, number 89, Earl Cooper. That's Solomon in motion. Roger Craig, left side. Good defensive play by Glenn Blackwood as Craig, just on sheer strength, carries Glenn Blackwood for about a yard and a half. Roger Craig, he is a man who can do a lot of things on the football field. They were so surprised when they drafted him a year ago that he had such ability, not only as a running back, as a receiver. And he can take that ball in the flat when Montana doesn't find someone downfield and turn a short pass into a long gainer. Craig got a couple. It'll be 2nd down and 8. The ball near the 38-yard line. White clock split up at the top of your screen. Roger Craig, right side once again, and down goes Craig. Bob Brudzinski, one of the toughest linebackers in the league against the run, steps in to make the stop. There's a gain of a couple. It'll bring up 3rd down and 5. Are the Butterflies gone at this point, would you say, Joe?
I think they are. The Butterflies are pretty much passed on. You've had some successful things on offense. You're moving along. Here's Brzezinski coming up, going to meet the back in the backfield. Does a nice job playing it off and closes in. They want to try and funnel everything into their linebackers. Their defensive scheme is set up basically to have their linebackers and interior people make the tackles. They don't necessarily get their cornerbacks and safeties involved that much.
Mike Wilson comes in, number 85, wide receiver for the 49ers. 3rd down and 5. Wendell Tyler, Roger Craig stay in the lineup. Montana, deep drop, fires over the middle, in and out of the hands of Mike Wilson. That would have been a 1st down. Don McNeil was covering, but Montana right on target, and Wilson just did not handle it. And we'll see the punting unit for the 49ers.
Certainly see a little jitters. It started off with a little jitters when you look at the opening kickoff. And you had Derek Harmon stepped out of bounds. Dropped a couple of passes in that first series, didn't they?
Yeah, it seems like everybody's pretty settled down, except the receivers just really have to get their hands into the game.
Bolden Walker is deep. Max Runniger is on, averaging just under, a little under 42 yards. Has to hurry that one. Bolden Walker at the 28. And Walker out over the 35 to the 36-yard line, where Miami will have his first possession of the ball game. And a final word of instruction to Dan Marino from head coach Don Shula. We'll be back in just a moment. Miami's first possession has his first possession. The ball at the 36-yard line, 1st down and 10.
Quarterback.
The motion man is Bruce Hardy. And Marino will go on top on the first play from scrimmage. Fires, and it goes out complete. That is Tony Nathan. And Tony Nathan inside the 40-yard line of the San Francisco 49ers. He does everything so well. He is a good running back and a fine receiver out of the backfield, and they're going to be busy with him throughout the day, Joe.
They like to run this pattern. They run their outside people on an inside post, and they run their backs to the flat. Here Nathan does a great job. Sets up, makes right miss, does a good job running with the football after cuts back inside of Williamson, got a nice block downfield. Now Ronnie Lott hits him, and that's what the 49ers are going to have to do. They think they can hit him.
25-yard pickup, 1st down inside the 49ers 40-yard line.
They got to catch him before they can hit him.
Mark Clayton split to the right. It's Cooper up at the top of your screen, the 2 speedy wide receivers. And the quick look over the middle, and it goes to the tight end. And they get the completion inside the 35. Bruce Hardy opened the game, and Dan Johnson came in to replace him and get a 5-yard pickup. There's your offensive unit. They have protected Dan Marino so well. We talked about it so much during the pregame show. Only 13 sacks on the season for Dan Marino, none in the playoffs. And Cleveland Green, who has played so well this year, along with Roy Foster, filling in for Eric Laxo and an injured Bob Kuchenberg. 2nd down and 5. Woody Bennett left side, and Bennett finds an opening and gets inside the 30-yard line. Another Miami 1st down near the 27-yard line. Woody Bennett, the leading receiver for these Dolphins during the past season. Of course, if you follow the Miami Dolphins, you know they lost their leading receiver of a year ago, Andra Franklin, with a knee injury in the 2nd game of the season. Tragically, they lost David Overstreet in an automobile accident. David Overstreet had come along so well last year. And Woody Bennett has taken up the ball for the running chores for the Dolphins this past season. 1st down and 10. The ball inside the 28-yard line. Marino.
That was
tries to get it out to Mark Clayton. He had slipped, but nevertheless, that ball batted away.
Looked like Carlton Williamson coming in from a safety, which is an unusual type blitz. I think he tipped the ball that Marino had. They're not going to leave any doubt of what they're going to do. They're going to throw the ball. You get an idea, I do anyway, that
what happens here is when the Dolphins go to 2 tight ends, they can put their safety up there. Williamson comes in and makes the play. They're going to force Dan to throw over him. Here it is. He's trying to go out in the flat to Duper and just can't get it.
looks like he tipped it.
Yep.
2nd down and 10. The ball inside the 28-yard line. No score in the game. First possession for the Miami Dolphins. That's Bruce Hardy setting up as the tight end to the right. Marino out of the backfield. Nathan is open. He'll be short of the 1st down near the 23-yard line. Tony Nathan, who did so well in the AFC Championship game against Pittsburgh, a typical Nathan day. He had 8 receptions for 114 yards, 64 yards rushing on 19 attempts. This 6th-year man out of Alabama can indeed do it all. He's the one you tend to overlook when you try to double cover on the outside, both Mark Clayton and Mark Cooper. The crowd getting into it, 3rd down and 6. Nat Moore checks in as another wide receiver, as does Jimmy Cephalo. So there are 4 wide receivers on the field now for the Dolphins. In the shotgun, Reno throws underneath. Clayton. And Clayton will be held short of the 1st down, just inside the 20-yard line. It'll bring up 4th down and less than 3. And Don Shula will send on Uwe von Schamann. I mentioned at the top of the show, he has had a horrendous year, the kind that causes nightmares for kickers. He was 9 of 19 during the season. In the playoffs, he was 2 of 5. But in the last 4 regular season games, Uwe von Schamann did not even make a field goal attempt. This will be an attempt of about 37 yards. That would match his season's best. That's almost unheard of in the day of the kicker. Don Strock will place it down. Taves will provide the snap.
All right, Uwe.
So Miami strikes first. Uwe von Schamann. And he should relax a little bit. He had to be worried coming into today's game with the record he had on the season, but he puts Miami out in front. 7:24 remaining in the 1st quarter. The Dolphins leading 3-0.
Another quick look at Uwe von Schamann's longest field goal of the year, Joe. This one looked like it was a little close. It hooks in right there at the end.
Right when it starts, it looks like it's outside. This has got to be a big boost, not only for him, but also for his football team to know. Right there, you think it's going to hit the upright. Just hooks back in like most soccer-style kickers have that little right to left hook, and of course, Don's quite happy with it.
You bet.
That's got to make your football team feel like they're really in the groove, got things rolling, a guy who's had trouble.
Von Schamann has put the throw back in conversion for Don Shula. Von Schamann to kick off. Carl Monroe is deep along with Derek Harmon. Von Schamann hits it. Carl Monroe at the 6-yard line. And Monroe upended as he gets out over the 20. Flips to the 22-yard line on a 16-yard return, and hustling down there, as he does so often, is Charles Benson for the Dolphins. And there is a Dolphin that is down on the field. Dolphins, their last possession. Move the ball 35 yards in 8 plays before settling for the 3-point field goal. That's Robert Sowell, who is down, the 2nd-year youngster out of Howard, who plays so well on these special teams. Quite a story, this youngster. He literally battled his way into the world of pro football, and they are looking at him now at the 19-yard line. We'll be right back.
I expected the Niners to move it a little bit more, but I think they got in trouble when Harmon tried to field that ball as it was going out of bounds and stepped out of bounds and gave him poor field position. And the Dolphins played very good. They stopped the run, and they were able to force them to turn the ball over and give it back to them, and they used their normal game and took the ball right down the field.
Now, John, of course, you're a great friend of Uwe von Schamann. You know how he feels now, don't you?
That's just what Uwe needed. He wanted to get the first field goal in the 1st quarter, and now he's really got his confidence back. He kicked the ball through the uprights. He lifted the whole team for the momentum of the Miami Dolphins. He's feeling pretty good right now.
Now, of course, I mean, as we said before, he's had a pretty good season. Did you think that the coach Shula had a lot of patience, really, to keep him on during what was a particularly awful season?
Yes, I did, because he had some games where he couldn't even buy a field goal. He was having so much trouble making even the short ones. And Coach Shula showed a lot of patience in giving him that confidence.
Okay, Tom, thank you very much. Now let's rejoin ABC in Super Bowl 19.
Teams, you just have to put blinkers on, turn it on full speed, and here's what happened to Solo. He caught the knee. It looks like on the left shoulder or maybe even on the head. There he is on the sidelines. They are looking at Sowell. He's shaking his head, and perhaps he might just have had just a slight concussion out of that. He caught the knee right in the side of the head. First down and 10, the 49ers. On their last possession, they moved the ball 35 yards. Montana with a couple of drop passes. The one suspects they will let settle down. On first down and 10, Roger Craig in the flat. And Craig over the 25, getting close to the 28-yard line. A gain of about 6 before Charles Bowser makes the stop for the Dolphins. Roger Craig, second-year man out of Nebraska, and he can turn a short one into a very long run on a reception. He did it against the Rams, going 70 yards for a touchdown on a little short pass in the flat.
That's an interesting stat. See, I had that statistic here already for you. The team has scored first. You see, they win 15 out of 18 times. I've got another one for you just in a minute, Joe. Don't go away.
Second down and 4. The ball just out over the 28-yard line. Roger Craig in motion. Draw play, Tyler. Good move by Tyler. And Tyler will be close to first down. I think he'll have it at the 34-yard line, slipping away from a Dolphin at the line of scrimmage and going down in the arms of Bob Brzezinski. And we want to remind you, tomorrow, watch ABC News live coverage of the inauguration of President Ronald Reagan. Join Peter Jennings, David Brinkley, and all the people of ABC News for reaction from around the nation. Tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, and of course you'll see it right here on ABC. First down and 10. The ball near the 34-yard line of the 49ers. They're down 3-0. Dwight Clark. Clark tries to move back inside, held short of the first down by William Judson. Dwight Clark maybe does not have that great speed that he came into the league. It never was great, but after that knee problem that he had a year ago, perhaps has slowed up somewhat, Joe.
He is just a little bit. Plus, he's had a sore leg all week from trying to imitate Jimmy Cephalo in the Miami offense, as well as the players help out on the defensive teams. There he just makes a nice little out move, 5-yard catch, 5-yard run. Now you've got second down and inches.
The word is on Robert Sowell. He was shaken up. He will be back. Second down, less than a yard to go. The ball near the 43-yard line of the 49ers. Wendell Tyler. Big opening inside, and Tyler uses it to pick up the first down. Out near the 48-yard line as Bob Brzezinski made the stop once again. And one has to wonder if maybe the 49ers are not thinking that we can run this ball against the Miami Dolphins that struggled so hard throughout the entire season against the run. Your thoughts, Still Theismann?
Well, what they want to do really is they want to just try and control the game. Now, they do it with such a wonderful style of short control passes. They will abandon the running game for a little while, but they're not going to give it up completely.
49ers, first down and 10. The ball inside their own 49-yard line. Draw play action, screen out to the right. Roger Craig, and Roger Craig crosses midfield for the 49ers, but he's held to a 2-yard pickup.
Love to see those old boys can reach back with one hand and pull that thing in like that. Good catch, wasn't it, Joe?
Yeah, it was a great catch. Not only that, he does a good job. You see the linebackers closing inside again off of play action. Little reach back with your right hand. That's why he's become such an invaluable receiver out of the backfield.
Leading receiver for the 49ers. And I'll tell you, when he gets it in the flat, he can do a lot of things with it.
Deceptively quick.
Montana now 5 of 7, 35 yards. The 2 that were incomplete should have been caught. Second down and 8. 2 tight ends are in. Roger Craig. Single setback, and they try him over the left side and pick up Roger Craig rather briskly as Bob Baumauer, who is heading for his 5th straight Pro Bowl next week, makes the stop. Let's watch him again. He is a big nose tackle. He's 6'5".
He was able to make a quick adjustment in there. You saw him trying to block down. I believe that was John Ayers that's trying to block down, but Baumauer is very quick in there, not very big. Get him out to the outside. He didn't make it behind his blockers.
The 49ers left them in a 3rd and long situation, 3rd down and 7. We have the situational substitution on the part of the Miami Dolphins. They bring in 6 defensive backs, and the 49ers have called timeout. We have 3:28 remaining in the first quarter, and the Dolphins lead 3-0 in Super Bowl 19. The corner of Stanford Stadium, where the fans here can watch the replays. 3rd down and 7 now for the 49ers. They're at the 48-yard line of the Miami Dolphins. They're down 3-0. Skeets Nehemiah in the ball game. That's at the top of your screen. Montana slips and slides. He does it well. He'll get the first down.
Yeah.
More.
Yeah.
Montana, he's been doing that ever since he came up from Notre Dame 6 years ago.
It's such a wonderful cliche, but it's absolutely true. I think Joe alluded to it earlier. Montana has a way of just coming up with something that's going to beat you.
Yeah, if you have nothing out there, if there's no play, he has the greatest ability to make things happen. Here you'll see him. Linebacker carves hard inside. Joe just gives him a little limp leg and takes off down the sidelines. Now, the defense is in man-to-man coverage. You might be wondering why nobody's chasing him. They're chasing the receivers downfield. The closest one to him is a defensive lineman. He gets out of bounds. Smart move.
Montana to the 33-yard line of the Miami Dolphins. First down and 10. A little roll to the right. Montana fires a shot. It's in. It's complete.
Right.
Out of the backfield of the wingback. Carl Monroe.
Hey, hey, hey.
33-yard touchdown. Carl Monroe, I mentioned earlier, a little man in a big man's game, 5'8", 166 pounds. Had not seen that much action all season long.
Look at that. That's
he
great.
comes up with a sudden touchdown for the 49ers. Let's look at it again.
Montana here, what he does so well is he rolls out to the left, pulling. He's actually working half the football field. They've cleared out with one. There's a great throw, a great catch.
Was, yeah.
And there it is. Oops, wait a second. Let me pick it up so I can spike it.
Spike it one more
Kyle
time.
Blackwood tried to stay with Carl Monroe. He did not do so. Ray Wersching for the conversion, and the 49ers have suddenly taken the lead. We knew we were going to see offense once these two teams settle down. I think we're going to see much, much more of it. Let's look at it again from our reverse angle camera.
Here it is. You'll see the Dolphins are trying to stay basically in man-to-man coverage with their secondary, their linebackers. There's a soft area there. The linebacker, Don McNeil, slips down, and there it is, into the painted area.
A bit of a break for the 49ers. Don McNeil did slip down. Lyle Blackwood a little out of position, and a touchdown for the 49ers. Deep for Miami, number 31, Eddie Hill, number 41, Fulton Walker. There he is. Holds a Super Bowl record for kickoff returns. Did it against my colleague in the booth, Joe Theismann.
Thank you for mentioning it.
190 yards on 4 returns in that Super Bowl game. About all Miami did against the Redskins that year. Taken on a short kick by Bruce Hardy, and Hardy lumbers up to the 30-yard line. And let's go back and look at Montana's 33-yard touchdown pass to Carl Monroe. And here's Tom Landry.
Frank, this is a flood pattern. They're running the roll out here from Montana here, but what they're trying to do is flood the zone with these 3 men here. Deep, cut out pass, short, and they took the intermediate guy for the touchdown as you see it unfold. He's going down in there. See him break in between the zone perfectly. He could have hit White deep, Clark deep for the touchdown, or they could have taken that one. They took it for a touchdown. Back to you, Frank.
Thank you, Tom. You saw the slip of Don McNeil. That could have made a difference. 49ers leading 7-3, 3:02 remaining in the first quarter. Miami, first down at their own 30-yard line. The 2 setbacks are Nathan 22, Bennett 34. This is Nathan. And Nathan sprawls up close to the 35-yard line. Give him 4 to bring up 2nd down and 6. And let's take a look at that scoring drive. We'll give you the runs in red. We'll give you the passes in black. And, of course, it was the 33-yard TD shot from Montana to Monroe. On 2nd down and 6. Fired, and it's complete, and it goes in quickly to Mark Clayton. And, boy, I'll tell you, he had something on that one.
He had something on it, and they also didn't have a huddle that time, and it looks like they're not going to do it again. This is a hurry-up offense. That's a little trick play.
We usually
move.
see this when they are getting a lot of defensive changes. They will come with this when they try to avoid the change of personnel on the part of the defense. That has not been the case with the 49ers. It's first down and 10 from the 48-yard line of the 49ers. Marino again fires. Is Duper this time, and Duper looks at the first down marker, steps out of bounds inside the 37. First down Miami once again, right in front of Eric Wright. And it would appear the 49ers are going to try to do what they can with Eric Wright in single coverage and try to get the double coverage to help Ronnie Lott at the other corner. Let's watch again.
They have rolled over to the right side, which is where Ronnie Lott is. You'll see Marino work to his left. Now there's Duper on the side. He's not quite sure whether to run out of bounds or how close is Wright.
But look at the respect that Eric Wright had to give Duper. And Eric Wright is one of the better man-to-man defenders in the league. Duper got the first down. 37-yard line of the 49ers. Marino on a long count. Marino fires. Clayton once again. And Clayton to the 23-yard line with another Miami first down. He goes down in the arms of Jack Reynolds. A 13-yard pickup. There will be no huddle.
This is, I think, a really smart move. But they've got 49er defense a little bit shook up back there.
Hey, when you don't huddle, you save a lot of time. And with their offensive strength, they can get a lot more plays in, I guess. On 1st and 10. Marino. Oh, back to Johnson, and Johnson breaks the tackle. He's inside the 5-yard line. Dan Johnson, he was very ill on Friday night. They did not know whether he was going to be able to play. Late in December, he had an intestinal problem, lost 25 pounds, and he has just come up with a big play on 1st down.
There he is. What happened is the cornerback, as you can see, Wright followed the wide receiver in, left Dan Johnson wide open in the flat. Had it not been for a stumble and a little tackle by Buns, he would have gotten in the end zone.
That's Buns' man, though, coming out of the sideline. I mean, the tight end, he had to have him all the way.
1st down, goal to go. Less than a minute remaining in the 1st quarter, and at the moment, the 49ers leading 7-3. Bennett and Nathan the setbacks. Nathan will move in motion. Marino. Johnson. Dan Johnson. Touchdown, Miami. This is the Miami offense that we have been anticipating.
And it's going to be the offense of the rest of the 80s and the 90s if they don't change a few rules. Throw that ball.
And on 1st down, goal to go inside the 2. What do you think, Joe, of this call?
Well, there's no question about it. You know they're going to throw the football here. Dan Johnson just works in behind Reynolds and finds a little soft spot in the defense, and bang, you got yourself 6 points.
It didn't take them very long, did it?
Uwe von Schamann for the conversion. The Dolphins back in front. The Dolphins a pull ahead of the 49ers, 10-7. At 45 seconds remaining in the 1st quarter, and kind of an unusual twist. The Miami Dolphins coming out without the huddle, taking advantage of the fact that they could not change the defense on the part of the 49ers as we look at the touchdown pass from ground level.
And that's just wide open. That had to be Reynolds' man, I guess. That's the closest guy there. Shula's happy with that one. Now the way to go, Don.
Don Shula, now in his 22nd year as a head coach, still animated, still cares deeply about the game. And there's a youngster I told you about who was so ill on Friday night. And it was December the 22nd that he was hospitalized in Miami. He missed the Seattle playoff game. He lost 25 pounds because of that intestinal problem. And as you can see right now, you have a very happy Dan Johnson and a very happy head coach, Don Shula.
He says, I got nothing else to do.
He anticipated a little cool weather, so he thought he'd bring some torches.
Brought his own fire.
Just in case.
Highest scoring 1st quarter in Super Bowl history, and, well, we sort of anticipated that. The Dolphins leading 10-7 with 45 seconds remaining in the quarter. Carl Monroe is deep, number 32, along with Derek Harmon for the 49ers. Von Schamann kicks away. And Derek Harmon. And Derek Harmon found a little bit of an opening. The whistle had blown as the ball came loose. And the 49ers will have the ball just inside their own 30-yard line, 23-yard return. We want to remind you.
Derek Harmon's better be happy that he hit the ground and fumble, because that kid would have gotten off to a pretty tough start, wouldn't he? Yeah. 6 for 8 and 2 drop.
That's not bad numbers. 1st down and 10 near the 30-yard line. Fake draw play by Montana. Looks downfield, nothing doing there. Whips it to Roger Craig, and Roger Craig does this very well. Craig out over the 45-yard line to the 47-yard line. Mark Brown upending Roger Craig. But you saw the classic Montana looking downfield. The receiver was not open. He knew that Roger Craig was going to be there, whipped it out, and the 49ers get a 1st down. We will not have another play here in the 1st quarter. But as I mentioned earlier, already the highest scoring 1st quarter in the history of Super Bowl competition. So after the first period, it was shaky at the beginning. The offensive explosion is beginning to erupt. The Dolphins lead the 49ers 10-7.
Stamford Stadium and Super Bowl 19, which up till now is certainly living up to all expectations. Tom, could you take us through, please, the first two touchdowns? Let's have a look at the 49ers touchdowns coming up now. Take us through this, if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, this is what is called a rollout to the weak side. That's a halfback that you saw leaving the picture. And what they try to do is get three receivers to the same side. They hit Monroe right in the seam. He was able to break a tackle, and one defender slipped, and he went in untouched.
Right. Now, this is the other touchdown, of course.
Well, this is a goal line play, and all it is they're putting a man in motion, and Marino's rolling out, and he has the option of hitting two receivers, of which the tight end was open, Johnson, and he laid it in there perfectly.
So, John, what is your feeling about the game at the moment, how it stands? Is it going the way that you thought it was?
Well, I think San Francisco showed their diversity, throwing to a third-string running back, and he scores.
You're watching Super Bowl 19.
And they're not disappointed so far.
First down and 10, the 49ers. The ball near their own 48-yard line. Ronaldo Nehemiah in the game, number 83. He's up at the top of your screen. The other wide receiver, Freddie Solomon, split to the right. Again, draw play action.
Wide open.
Going deep for Nehemiah. And it's a foot race down the left side. William Judson and Ronaldo Nehemiah.
It had to be one of those plays they just wanted to throw that ball deep because Freddie Solomon was sure wide open coming over the middle. But Skeets is the guy that's got the speed that can certainly get their attention.
That's an area on the football field where if you're going to get a big play, you want to put it up. You're right around the 50-yard line. You know you've almost got one. You may as well take it. You've got world-class speed outside against somebody maybe not as fast, so you take a shot at it. At least you're letting the defense know that they have to think deep.
Now you're thinking first down on second down and 10. Dwight Clark, the man who does it better than most, comes in, number 87, top of your screen. Freddie Solomon is over on the right side. That's Russ Francis in motion. Here's Roger Craig. That's a little bit of a block from Wendell Tyler. Not enough as the defense collapses on Roger Craig. Holds him to about a 2-yard pickup. It'll be third down and long yardage.
First quarter stats, Joe.
Is there any surprise?
Oh, you know, the nice thing is that these guys are doing exactly what everybody said they were going to do. We're going to move it up and down the field. I think if there's a new twist so far, you could just say, hey, the passing yardage is all pretty easy, but nobody expected Miami to come out and run without a huddle.
We extrapolate that offensive yardage. It'll be over a 500-yard game for the 49ers, well over 400 for Miami. We'll see how it goes. Third down and long. Again, draw play action. Montana, Nehemiah, and off the fingertips. It was Lyle Blackwood dropping deep, providing the inside coverage, helping out on Don McNeil. It's incomplete, and we'll see the punting unit once again for the 49ers. That means Max Runiger.
I get an idea that Montana's read, Joe, that you said he didn't throw the ball deep very well. There he's coming out to show you I can throw that ball deep. I don't complete it.
He hasn't completed one yet.
Colton Walker is back, settles in at about the 11-yard line of the Miami Dolphins. Dolphins have not been a good return team this year, either on the punting unit or the kickoff return unit. And Runiger with a fine kick. Gets it out of bounds inside the 15 near the 13-yard line. And there is Stanford Stadium, built in 1922 at a cost of a little over $500,000. And for the next 30 seconds, we're going to match that. That's about what it cost. Years old at 4 months, and I got a feeling that Dan Marino is not too happy. He feels he should be 10 for 10.
Well, he threw one up away. He hasn't any of them dropped yet, so 9 out of 10, throw one away.
He's completed the last 7 straight. Miami first down and 10, the ball at their 14-yard line. Those 7 he's completed in a row is one away from the Super Bowl record, I might add, consecutive completions. Held by my colleague in the booth, Joe Theismann and Lenny Dawson. On first down. And Woody Bennett is tripped up. Good defensive play. Hustling in there. Fred Dean, ordinarily in there against the pass, but I guess if you're playing against Miami, you keep Dean in there most of the time.
We had heard earlier in the week that this might be what they would do on first downs is bring Fred Dean in. His amazing quickness to get off that ball. That's how he gets to the quarterback so quickly. You saw him there get back and make a good tackle.
Held out until after the 11th game, but he came back and he was smoking when he came back. 4 sacks in the 5 games in which he played, and he made a big play there for the 49ers. A loss of 4, 2nd and 14. Marino sets up right at the goal line, and his receiver, his intended receiver, tight end Bruce Hardy, had fallen incomplete.
Another thing that we heard that they might do with Fred Dean was set him a little bit wider, and on that last play you could see that maybe he was out a little bit wider. The reason is they want to try to spread that offensive line. They feel they do such a good job of holding that pocket in the middle, but move the guard out a little bit, move the tackle out a little bit. That time it seemed to work.
Colorful Don Shula looking on his team right now with 13:15 remaining in the first half. Leads the 49ers in Super Bowl 19, 10-7. 3rd down, 14. Pete Johnson and Tony Nathan will watch from the shotgun. Marino, and this time throwing behind his intended receiver, Nat Moore. That will bring up 4th down. It was pressure once again by Fred Dean on Dan Marino.
There's a statistic that's very hard for me to believe, but in 47 times this year when the Miami Dolphins have been in 3rd and 10 or longer, they have made a first down 22 times. That's almost 50%. Most people don't do that on 3rd and 4.
That's right. We are going to now watch Reggie Roby, and he is really fun to watch. He averaged 44.7 yards over the season, led the NFL in net average, but he gets the ball so high. Deep is Dana McLemore for the 49ers, a dangerous return man. He returned one earlier in the season against the Giants, 79 yards for a touchdown. Roby this time does not get it to turnover. It's a low kick, and it does not take a good Miami bounce. So the 49ers are going to have good field position as Roby gets a 37-yard effort, well below his average, and the 49ers down 10-7, have great field position at the 47 of Miami. They set up in the I formation. Again, a play action by Montana, and again an open field for Montana. And he gets inside the 30-yard line. Another running first down for Joe Montana, pickup of 17 yards. And again, it appeared to be man-for-man coverage. The defender not even watching Joe Montana. He was able to pick up the first down.
Does a nice job of faking to Tyler inside. Now you can see the double coverage is taken off. They're all in man-to-man coverage. When the secondary's locked up with receivers, you wind up with 10 or 15 yards. And Joe is an exceptional runner after he gets downfield.
It's good work by Solomon down there blocking for him.
The Giants in the playoff game, well, remember Joe's 50-yard scamper, and when he was sitting back there looking for a receiver. Guy McIntyre into the lineup, the guard the 49ers like to use as a lead blocker, but the completion is to Dwight Clark, another 49er first down at the 12-yard line. Lyle Blackwood made the stop, a 15-yard pickup.
A terrifically controlled pattern by Clark that time. He just goes down, and this is the kind of situation they really do use Dwight in a lot. You watch him come off the line of scrimmage, kind of look around, see where all these defensive people are. Lyle Blackwood's in front of him. He said, I'll just turn up right here. Joe reads him so well. The ball was delivered on time.
Interesting, on a running situation, they made it look that way. They had Guy McIntyre, the guard, in there that they always use on running downs, and they came with the pass. On first down and 10, inside handoff, and it goes to Wendell Tyler. He's inside the 10 and inside the 8-yard line in the arms of Bob Brzezinski. Lyle Blackwood up there also helping out for the Miami Dolphins. Tyler on the year, 1,262 yards, breaking the single-season rushing record of the 49ers. Dale Williams averaging 5.1 per carry. Only one other football player was better than that. That's Eric Dickerson. Tyler got 4 at second down and 6. Montana looking, fires it complete. It's Roger Craig. Touchdown 49ers, and this is what we anticipated. An offensive show from Stanford Stadium here in Super Bowl 19. Roger Craig, touchdown shot of 8 yards from Joe Montana.
It looked like to me, Joe, that he was kind of a trail route. Let's see if we'll pick it up here. Craig's coming, of course, out of the backfield. Dwight Clark, you'll see go through first. Kind of cleared it out. And right in behind him, and he says, that's it. Good enough. Actually, that was Russ Francis that cleared it out in there, number 81.
That's a lot of men clearing it out. Big Russ Francis. Ray Wershing pops it through for the conversion. And we have a new leader in this game, 14-10. The 49ers retake the lead. And there is the second-year young man from Nebraska. He's quite a football player.
Live in Great Britain on Channel 4 and throughout Europe, this is Super Bowl 19. The San Francisco 49ers 14, the Miami Dolphins 10. Now, John, could you now take us through that last touchdown? We're about to see that on the monitor there. Here it is now. Let's have John take us through this touchdown.
Okay, Montana. He drops back, throws the ball to Craig in the middle, and Craig just takes the ball himself, just blasts it into the end zone. Very diversified runner, can catch the ball out of the backfield and run the ball as well.
Now, John, as they say in America, this is one heck of a ball game.
It is. It's just what the doctor ordered, just the way we wrote the scripts this week.
Right.
It's Montana doing everything, running the ball, throwing the ball, and making great passes, and then there's Marino just gunning it every time.
Now, what we've seen is Montana with two very, very good runs. He's been running. Of course, Marino doesn't like to run too much. He's been doing that well, isn't he, Montana?
Well, that's what they say is one of his strengths. He's a scrambling quarterback, likes to run out of the pocket and get his team out of trouble.
You're watching Super Bowl 19 live from Stanford Stadium, Palo Alto, California.
49ers on an 8-yard touchdown pass to Roger Craig have retaken the lead. So Montana very cool.
That was a good drive, wasn't it? They didn't just kind of picked them away, went one side or the other, moved it right down the field. Good run by Montana to set that one up.
Wershing. And it will be Fulton Walker at the 2-yard line. Fulton Walker out to the 30-yard line, where it will be first down Miami. Let's go back and take a look at Montana's shot to Roger Craig from 8 yards out. Here is head coach Tom Landry of the Dallas Cowboys.
Okay, Frank, it was a great job here. Actually, Greg was going to be the receiver. He's going to run a circle route. Francis is coming in and taking out the middle linebacker with his move. Craig comes out here, fakes outside, breaks inside, and, of course, perfect pass. Went right in for the touchdown, as you see here. There goes Francis. He takes Brophy out of there to cover him. He breaks in right behind him, catches the ball, makes a good drive into the goal line for a touchdown. Back to you, Frank.
I'll say it again. When they got Roger Craig in the second round of a year ago and Wendell Tyler in a trade from the Los Angeles Rams, it changed the entire capabilities of this 49er team that went to Super Bowl 16 without any running attack whatsoever. There was a face mask call while we were away against Jeff Fuller. It'll be first down, Miami at the 35-yard line. Woody Bennett. And Bennett hammers his way up close to the 40-yard line for a gain of about 4 yards. There's Fulton Walker, I spoke of it a moment ago. Injured early in the season, missed the first 4 games with a broken thumb. But a dangerous return man, even though he has not been terribly successful this past year. Just under 11 minutes remaining in the first half of Super Bowl 19. The Dolphins trailing the 49ers 14-10. Second down and 6.
Shotgun.
On the shotgun. Reno flips it quickly out to Nathan. And Nathan was picked up short of the first down. Jeff Fuller was up there defensively along with cornerback Eric Wright. Gain of about 3. It'll be third down and 3.
Miami will use that particular play just like a running play for them. They pick up 4 with a run to Bennett on first down, then they pick up a little pass to Nathan out of the backfield on second down. They wind up with 3rd and 2, exactly where they'd like to be.
The 4 wide receiver offense is in for Miami. Duper, Moore, Clayton, and Suffalo. And once again, the shotgun. Dwight Stevenson, the center. Looks over the defensive set. Calls the signals to his offensive line. Marino with a lot of time, and he underthrows Clayton. Or Nat Moore in this occasion. But that was one you would just anticipate would be so easy as you watch Dan Marino throughout the season.
You'd think so, but the 49ers secondary does such a good job of just tying the receiver up at the line of scrimmage. You'll see Hicks here. He ties him up just a little bit at the line, makes him change his route. He's leaning on him. Now he comes back and trips just a little, and there's the ball a little bit underthrown. Good protection back.
That'll bring on Reggie Roby once again, second-year man out of Iowa. Big man, 6'2", 243-pounder. With that one step. Again, it doesn't turn over. Again, a short kick, and here is Dana McLemore. McLemore with a fine return out to the 45-yard line. He averaged just under 12 yards on the year. Third-year man out of Hawaii, dangerous return man. In each of his first 3 years, he's taken one back for a touchdown, and he does it this way.
Tasman is an old returner yourself. What'd he do?
He did a lot more things than I was able to do. Here he sets the defense up, gets him moving to the left, and brings it back against the grain. Oddly enough, when you start to cut back inside, you wind up running back into the pursuit as well.
McLemore gets out to the 45-yard line. Good field position once again for the 49ers. History, I might add, 19 games. 49ers come up at their own 45-yard line. Joe Montana well into this game now, moving the 49er offense very well. Wendell Tyler.
Nice cut.
And Tyler is ever so quick. He's up close to another 49er first down. Tyler played in another Super Bowl for the Los Angeles Rams after the 1980 season. Had a fine performance there, but this past year, he really blossomed. Along with Roger Craig, they gave the 49ers a tremendous running threat. I mentioned earlier, Tyler, over 1,200 yards this year.
He didn't have to go very far for that Super Bowl either. That was played in Pasadena when he was with the Rams, so he's playing his Super Bowls at home.
And he had a big game for the Rams against the Steelers in the losing effort. Single setback now for the 49ers. Roger Craig, two tight ends are in, Cooper and Francis. Craig, right side, has the first down easily to the 40-yard line of the Miami Dolphins. 18 of these players playing we are going to watch next Sunday in Honolulu in the Pro Bowl, and we want you to be with us. That'll be a Sunday edition of ABC's Wide World of Sports. The NFL's grand finale, the AFC-NFC Pro Bowl. You'll see Super Bowl quarterbacks Dan Marino and Joe Montana. They're two of the 18. Running greats Eric Dickerson, Walter Payton, plus Mark Gastineau, and many more. And we'll begin at 4 o'clock Eastern Time. The Pro Bowl next Sunday. On 1st and 10. Montana with a lot of time. Russ Francis, the big tight end, just bulls his way for a first down inside the 30-yard line. Lyle Blackwood was trying to wrestle him to the natural turf. But Francis at 6'6" and 240 pounds was able to get close to the first down. Yes, he did get it. Oh, he's strong, Don.
Kind of a delayed route inside, Frank. You see Craig going out. They've been throwing a lot of play-action passes. This time Joe steps up. Lyle hit him a little too high, I think, and Russ is going to get the best of that one.
So much has been said of the offensive line of Miami protecting Dan Marino. Did you see how much time Montana had then? Looked off deep receivers and found Francis. First down, play action. Francis open.
Is that a nice play?
That's one the Dolphins have not seen in the films this year. Close to the 10-yard line, first down 49ers, and they are picking the Dolphin defense apart.
I thought they made a mistake in the backfield, Joe.
It's just a tremendous fake by Joe. He holds all the linebackers. Now you see him pass. Now there comes Russ through everybody. There's a gigantic hole. Makes a great reception. Now try and bring him down.
Dudzinski got there, but a little bit late.
You wonder what those Dolphin defenders were thinking of as Francis went underneath them.
Such a great play-action fake in the backfield.
Montana, 11 of 15, 139 yards, 2 touchdowns. And on first down, we'll watch Roger Craig. And Craig down close to the 6-yard line before Kim Bocamper makes the stop. Gain of 4.
It's really silly, I guess, to say, but every time you see Roger Craig play, it seems to me he gets a little bit better. He's running a little bit more confidently, and certainly he's a good pass receiver.
I think the longer you're in the system, the more and more comfortable you feel, and you don't have to think. You just react to what's happening.
7:15, the clock is moving, remaining in the first half. The 49ers leading 14-10. It's second down and 6. The ball at the Dolphins 6. Montana changing things off. Oh, is that smart? Montana, touchdown 49ers. Look for the wide receiver. He was covered well, looking for Dwight Clark. Saw the opening, pulled it down into the end zone from 6 yards out.
Great reactions, Joe.
His running ability really is so phenomenal. He has great natural instincts, has the ability to make things happen in a split second, Here he is. He's going to look out to the left side to try and hit Clark on a quick post. He can't there. The hole opens up. He says, holy mackerel.
Didn't hesitate, though, did he? Look
Not
at
at all.
You're going to give me this, I'll take it. Wershing as Montana places it down. 21-10. And the Dolphins and Don Shula must be getting concerned, even though we have 6:58 remaining in the first half. We'll be right back. 11 of 15, 139 yards, 2 touchdowns, and of course he just rambled in from 6 yards out. They're warming up the MVP car already, but this is far from over with the explosive Miami Dolphin defense. But there has to be concern as the 49ers have moved the ball so easily, while Miami in their last 2 possessions, they have run off 6 plays for a total of 8 yards. So Don Shula will have to start thinking.
I think he started each of the last 2 series with a run. He may not do that anymore. They're a passing team. They usually just run and let the receivers rest.
Running is sort of a thing they do secondary. They've got, actually, their bread and butter is throwing the football. If they're going to make things happen, they're going to make it happen in the air. They really try and keep the defensive line on us more than anybody and just try and hold the pass rush off just a little bit by running the football. It hasn't been effective at all in either case for them.
Bolton Walker once again. Waiting the kicks from Ray Wershing. Wershing hangs it high. Walker from the 1-yard line. And Walker out over the 25-yard line to the 26. Let's join Tom Landry now.
Frank, what happened on this play? It was a key play. It was a blitz. It came from the outside. Browser came from the outside. Wendell Tyler kicked him out. All the linemen charged to the inside, which gave Montana a perfect opening to make his run. As you see this play unfold, you see Montana come back in the pocket. You see the linebacker blitzes outside, man-to-man coverage, and he breaks inside on the play and goes in for the touchdown.
We've said it so often, athletic skills for a quarterback are a tremendous plus, and Montana has so many. First down and 10, 26-yard line to Miami Dolphins. They trail now 21-10. Marino back. The blitz is on. They hit him late, but nevertheless, they hit him.
It wasn't late.
He will be remembering.
It's the first time he's been hit all day, though, Frank.
That's something we have been thinking about, but no 2 teams have ever come into this Super Bowl with the records that these 2 teams have.
Yeah, but that was the little information that I had for Joe a while ago. He never did ask me about it.
Oh.
Everybody says, you know, you've got to get to him, and if you don't tackle him, you've got to hit him after it. That's Big Hands Johnson, acquisition from San Diego.
Second down and 10 for Dan Marino. Tony Nathan, and down goes Tony Nathan again. It's Gary Johnson.
Another wide set for the defensive ends, and they are trying to spread them all out. You'll see Gary this time moves quickly to the outside. Really, I think they were expecting a pass, but you see him move to the outside, brushing them off, and that's pretty doggone quick for a guy.
And that's
Big Heads, yeah, he only weighs 265 pounds.
Gary Johnson making a big play. Earlier, Fred Dean made a big play. They were all former San Diego Chargers, as was Louis Kelcher. They are all here as 49ers in the Super Bowl. Third down, long yardage for the Dolphins. They'll move from the shotgun. A lot of time.
All right.
Mark Duper was open. Marino held it uncharacteristically long, and Eric Wright was able to get back for the deflection.
What terrific quickness by Wright to recover, because he had him beaten, Joe.
He sure did. Duper had the sideline there. He's set. You'll see him go in. He starts his move in a little bit. Wright's trying to give him room. He knows his speed, turns him around, and the ball's behind him. There's nothing there.
Oh, that is
Can't
such
get back to it.
Terrific defensive move.
This is not the Marino that we have watched throughout most of the season. Earlier, he missed a shot to net more. That would have been a key first down. This time, behind Duper and late getting it to Duper. Here's Dana McLemore and Reggie Roby. Roby, again, not a good kick. And McLemore doing what he could, taking the short kick. He could not look for a picket line. He gets back to the 48-yard line. And let's take a look at Eric Wright, one of the fine defensive backs, reacting. But again, Marino was just a little late delivering that, Joe.
As the ball comes in, you see Wright is really beat. He just gets his left arm up, Doesn't even try and make a play for it, just tries to block the vision of Duper, manages it to knock it away. They're playing really good, sound, solid defense.
5:44 remaining in the first half. 49ers 21, Dolphins 10. The last 3 possessions by Miami have produced little or nothing. It's been a San Francisco second quarter. They lead 21-10 with 5:44 remaining in the half. Once again, they have good field position at their own 48-yard line. That's Nehemiah in motion. Again, the play fake. Montana in trouble, and Doug Betters covers him quickly at the 42-yard line.
Joe waited a little too long that time, I think.
Yeah, he just, you get pretty comfortable back there. You feel pretty good. Then all of a sudden, the pocket starts to cave in. Now, you got to give credit to the Miami defense, though. They did a nice job of filling the zones all the way downfield and stopping Joe from being able to get it up the field.
Betters led the Dolphins in sacks over the season with 14 sacks. Frank Gifford, along with Don Meredith and quarterback Joe Theismann of the Washington Redskins, who met both of these teams during the course of the season. We won't have to go over the results of those meetings.
Thanks.
Second down and 15. Underneath. And that's Roger Craig. Once again, William Judson made the stop. 19-yard pickup, and Roger Craig is having a big day. Flag is down at the line of scrimmage as we look at it once again.
I couldn't see for sure. I think it's Sanders Shiver is the linebacker that's trying to catch up with him, and he just had a step. That's too much speed.
Another one-handed catch. Reaches out, snatches it in, and off he's on his way again.
The options being discussed with Montana. It should work against Miami.
Holding, number 28, defense, declined, first down.
Referee Pat Haggerty. The 49ers, of course, will take the yardage. They'll have a 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line of Miami. Bill Walsh, who won Super Bowl 16 without a running attack against Cincinnati, 26-21, is looking for another. On first down. Montana pulls it down.
Oh, is that a fun play?
Sniffed out the first down yard.